Hello Sumates, you're highly welcome back to my channel once again. In today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to make this trendy underbust gown with ruched shoulder. So this dress is very beautiful and it's also very easy to make. So I urge you to watch this video to the end so that you get the whole detail of how to make this dress. Okay, so to start, you can see I have my paper already on my table, and the length of the paper is what I'm going to be using for my dress length. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to place my tape on the beginning of the paper, which will serve as my shoulder line, and I'll proceed to mark my chest line, my bust point line, my underbust line, my waistline. Then the next will be my hip line. Then remember, the length of the paper is what I'm using for the length of my dress, and that means that the length will serve as the hem of my dress. Okay, so the next thing I did is to get my ruler, and I'm going to rule into vertical lines as you see me do here. And once I'm done ruling it into vertical lines, I am going to label the lines so that it will be very clear to us when we start working on it. So if you're new to my channel, I am Mercy, and on this channel I share sewing tutorials, DIY, trendy style, how to cut and sew, how to draft, everything that has to do with fashion, sewing, DIYs. I teach fashion here, so I urge you to stick to this channel. So the next thing I did is to measure my shoulder divided by 2, and I mark it. Now remember, this is a cut together, and that implies that we're cutting the shoulder and the sleeve together. So from there I measured my sleeve length. So if you want your sleeve to be longer than mine, go ahead and measure as long as you want it to be. And there I also measured 1 inch down, which will serve as my shoulder line, then 3 inches, which will serve as my neck width. Then placing my ruler on the 3 inches, I connected down to the 1 inch shoulder slope that I mark. So the next thing I'm going to do is to measure the round sleeve. Now remember, you can make it as free as possible. Okay, go ahead and make the sleeve as free as possible, because remember, it's a ruched sleeve. Okay, is a ruched shoulder sleeve, right? So I proceeded to measure my bicep, that is my round shoulder sleeve length, my round sleeve divided by 2. I marked it and I also added some ease allowance. Now I measure what I have on my shoulder to my sleeve, then I also mark it on that the end of my round sleeve, and I'm going to connect into a straight line as you see here. Now the next thing I'm going to do after connecting is to measure my bust circumference. Now note that this line here is going to be serving as my bust point line. Okay, so I am going to measure and mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on this line you can see here. Do you understand? So I measured and I will just go ahead and mark it. So after marking my bust circumference divided by 4 on this line here, I'll go over to my waist, and I'm also going to mark my waist circumference divided by 4 on my waistline here. Now after I was done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to proceed to my hip. I'll also mark my hip circumference divided by 4. Now on my hem, that is the length of my dress, so let me just dress this paper upwards so that you can see the length. So what I am going to do now on this length, what I'm going to mark on this length is I will measure my hip circumference divided by 4 here, then I'll subtract 1 inch from what I have here. For example, I have 11 inches as my hip circumference divided by 4. Now from that 11 inches, I subtracted 1 inches, which will make it 10 inches, and I marked 10 inches there. Do you understand? So I'll connect this line now to the bust circumference divided by 4 that I mark here, and it will be time for me to connect the lines. So I'll connect from here to my waistline. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to connect this now to my hip line. Then next I am going to take it down to the hem. Okay, so I went on to take it down to my hem. So note that I'm yet to add allowance. Please ensure that you add your allowance when you transfer it to your main fabric. Okay, don't just transfer it like that and leave it. Add your allowances, your ease allowance. It is very important. Now I want to determine how low I want my neckline to be. So remember that you can go up some inches above your chest line or some inches below your chest line. Okay, so the choice is yours. If you want your cleavage to reveal, you will just need to go as low as below your chest line, and it's going to reveal your cleavage. So mine, I went up as low as 2 inches, 2 inches below my chest line. Okay, I went as low as 2 inches below my weight, my chest line. So remember, this is totally optional. Okay, you mustn't take it as low as this. You can make it 6 inches below your, from your shoulder line, 6 inches, or just the way you want it. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to determine where I want my on the bust curve to be. Okay, how I want my over on the bust curve to be. So I'm just going to go down 0.5 inches below my bust point line, and that is what I measured and marked here. So now I will also go down 1.5 inches below my on the bust line. Do you understand? Do you see it? 1.5 inches below my under bust line, and I am trying to get the curve, my under bust curve. So I will proceed to connect with my roller. So note that you can as well go as low as your your waistline to connect this curve. It all depends on how curvy you want it to be. So the shape of this place, it all boils down to how you want it to be. Okay, so mine, this is how I want it to be. I'm just very okay with that, and that is why I connected it this way. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark my splash and spread. So to get that the richness on the shoulder, we are going to be making use of slash and spread method. So I measured what I have here, and I'm just going to be marking 2 inches intervals. Then I'll repeat the same process on those on the bust part here. So I'll measure and I'll also mark 2 inches intervals. Okay, then I'll get my ruler and I'm just going to connect the lines and connect it into the sleeve here. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So I was done connecting, and this is what I have. So I also went on to label it. This is very important because since we are making use of slash and spread, it is important to label it, because on the process of slashing through it, it might detach from each other. Okay, I also went on to curve here, make a curve there so that it doesn't look too sharp. Now to put our button, you're just going to start in sewing or putting your button just from the curve on the underbust. So the wider the intervals of your buttons, the more buttons that you will require. Okay, so I'm using 1.5 inches interval, as you see here. So you can also use 2 or 2.5 inches interval. It all depends on the number of button you want to have. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to get my scissors, and I'm just going to cut through my shoulder slope and cut the rest of the paper. And after cutting it, it will be time for us to draft our back part. Okay, so like I said earlier, it's very important to watch a tutorial to the end, because tutorials sometimes, in fact many a times, it's not just about the particular dress that is being as in the particular dress that is being drafted. It's also about a future dress that you might want to sew, and being that you've gotten the whole of idea of how a particular dress is being drafted and cut, it can also guide you in the subsequent outfits that you might need to make later. Okay, so there are one or two ideas that might be shared, and it will be very helpful to you in the past. So before, the next thing I'm going to do is to get another paper, and that is what I did here. I got another paper and attached to the front part so that we can be able to draft the back part. So I'm going to get my ruler now, and I'm just going to connect straight this line of our front pattern. I went on to connect it straight, and you can see from here now we have our back pattern. That is where we're going to be drafting our back. So I extended this waistline into the back pattern, and I also label it as waist. Now what I'm going to do now is to mark my zipper allowance. Now note that this zipper allowance will also serve as slit allowance, especially if you're using back slit. But if you're using front slit, there is no issue, you can slit through the front part as well. So I'll mark 1.5 inches down, which is my zipper allowance, like I said, and I'm going to use my ruler to connect it into a straight line, and I'm also going to label it as zipper so that we don't get confused. So here I have connected the lines and label it as I have earlier stated. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark my neckline for the back. So I don't want the neckline for the back to be as deep as the front, and that is why I measured and marked 2.5 inches down, which is going to serve as my neckline for the back. Now you might also note that it's also noteworthy that you can use the same neckline for the back, the same v neckline for the back. You can also use it if you wish. Okay, so it's totally optional. It's not a must you use this 2.5 inches that I mark on the back part. Okay, now having done that, the next thing I am going to do now is to show you how you're going to connect it to the back part. You see this place I connected with dot, that's how you connect it in case you decide to use the same neckline for both the front and the back, I mean the v neckline. Now on the waistline, I went in 0.75 into the zipper allowance, and I connected it towards the chest line, then also to the hip line. This is to eliminate zipper bulge around the waist. Okay, so you can see the way I connected it. Okay, so in order to also allow our hip to sit properly on the back part, to sit properly at the back, I went in 0.7 inches, sorry, on the hem of my skirt. Okay, I went in 0.75 on the hem of my skirt, and I'm just going to connect it back to the hip line as well. So after connecting it, you observe that that place, the this line here will be looking like the hip line on the side. Okay, this will give the hip a very beautiful shape at the back, and it's also known as hip contouring. It's also one of the way you can contour your hip line very well to get a perfect fitting at the back. Okay, and that is it for drafting the back part of this beautiful dress. And I'm just going to pick my scissors, and I'm going to cut through it like this. Okay, so after cutting through it, it will be time for us to get ready for the sewing tutorial. Okay, so at this point, you're just going to take it to your main fabric, place it, cut out the back part, then remove the paper for the back part, then cut out the front part. You will also slash through the shoulder to get your root and spread it on your main fabric. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate, and I wish to see you some of that time. Bye.